I think a lot of people anticipated a lot from the show, but you know, when you make it, you never really know what it's going to become. You guys have to be so excited about the success of the show.
Yeah, it's been, I feel like we both kind of live in this kind of bubble because we shoot for pretty much 10 months out of the year.
Right.
And we're really mostly on that plane or on set or together, so I don't think,
yeah, it's hard to get engaged. No, I mean, I think we just try to do our best every day, and it's so lovely to be here now. We've got a full season out and everybody can kind of see where we were going with it.
And you guys know where you're going with it as well.
No, we didn't really. We didn't really know the Hydra thing, the award thing until the very last minute, and they told us, and we were all like, what? Yeah. We're really upset about it.
Now, is that because they're writing as they go, or is it because they don't want you guys to know? They can't trust the spoilers.
They knew everything. We didn't, but they don't want us to know, because, I mean, if I found out that award was Hydra,
we'd have to stop filming.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't have been able to move forward.
Exactly.
You know, there's so many plot turns, and a great show like this really showcases a lot of your talents as well. We're starting to get to know your character a little bit more. That's got to be exciting.
Yeah, they gave me a lot to work with this season, which was definitely challenging but really fun. And they kind of we know a lot more about her personality, and she's grown a lot, but you also found out that we don't know enough. Like, I don't know if I'm human, I don't know what kind of alien I am, if I am an alien, so there's a lot to figure out moving forward. Yeah.
You know, there's so many great plot twists in a show like this, and I imagine you guys are, you know, in your trailer or at home, wherever you're reading these scripts. Are you as surprised, do you think, as viewers to some of these plot twists, or even more surprised sometimes?
Oh, definitely. Well, we have a table read every week, so we all sit down and pretty much, further along we got with filming, the scripts came through the day of the table read.
Wow.
So we'd all be reading them through at the same time out loud.
We're like, what? Like every time we would read the page, and it was so fun for the writers to see us freak out. And we probably freaked out more than people watching it. We're living it, you know?
Yep.
You become very attached to the characters, and it's pretty devastating to find out people have betrayed you or certain people are this or that. So it's really
tough. Lucky to have such amazing writers that we are on set all day, every day, and yet we're still so surprised. None of us saw the big twist coming. And
right.
It's so cool to work on a show where you can be super surprised as an actor and also just as a fan of
Marvel. Yeah.
You know, acting is difficult enough, but when you add in a lot of like technical terms and stuff as well, that must make it that much more complicated, especially for you.
Oh my god.
I mean, I'm very clever.
She's really smart. What was the biggest word that you had to say that one time? Do you remember it still?
Something like androdexatoxin.
The word was this long. I'm not kidding, it was this long and besides, she didn't mess up once.
I think once you learn it, then it's kind of stuck in your head.
Not for me. For me, definitely pretty clear.
Do you have tricks as to how to remember that stuff, or is it literally just sheer practice?
Well, with drug names, which are usually my jargon, you can split it down into different sections. So you kind of, once you understand what it is, once you understand what the superhuman blue serum really is in real life, then it's easier.
I can imagine. I can talk about this all day. I'm going to open up questions for the floor. Anybody have any questions?
The sort of general paradigm of the show has changed significantly by the end of the season. Can you talk a bit about where you're at next season, how it's going to be different?
We don't know. No, we can't say anything. First off, if we did know, wouldn't be able to say anything. I think certain things will be addressed. I think the tone of the show is definitely, after Cap 2 came out, it's definitely changed. I assume it's going to be a little bit more dark. I think
we're at 9 o'clock now as well, instead of 8. So I think that allows
crazy at 9.
That allows the writers that little bit of extra room to, because towards the end of the season it was getting pretty dark. And so I think we're going to keep that tone and hopefully get some answers to the many questions. Like, I mean, that's what we.
Yeah, I think you're going to see everyone step up to the plate even more. I think everyone. We're in the beginning of the show. We were this ragtag team of people who didn't really know how to work together. were kind of tentative to be in this world, and now we've been hit with so many different obstacles and we've overcome them, and I think now everyone is a bit more serious and a bit more driven to kind of build back S.H.I.E.L.D. and kind of get back what we had, I guess, and pay back those people who were Hydra.
How has getting to know each other on a personal level changed the show? Does it affect things at all? Is it easier to work together? You guys obviously get along very
We're
well.
obsessed with each other. No, it's so great because we spend so much time together. Shooting is not that glamorous. We're up at 3:45 sometimes in the morning, and we spend more time together than we did with our family. So it's really awesome that we genuinely all do really get along.
Does the cast feel like a family at this point?
Definitely.
Yeah.
I think what was nice is at the start of the season, our characters were getting to know each other at the same time as we as people were getting to know each other. And it's lovely in the writing that, Simmons and Skye, they don't have this just because they're two young girls, that means that they have to be in competition. There was never that element.
And Joss did, when we were first discussing the characters, he wanted to make it clear that, most shows, when there are two girls who are the same age on shows, they usually don't get along, which kind of isn't the greatest, but Joss is phenomenal at writing female characters, and he really wanted to make it clear that these girls will respect each other and grow with each other and help each other.
Care for each other.
Yeah. And that was a great tone that I obviously enjoyed playing throughout the season. So it was good.
This is a show that had so much hype, and it lived up to that hype. When you walked in for the first day of filming, did you have any idea what you were walking in for? Like, how do you even prepare yourself to shoot another season of the show versus the first season?
I was peeing my pants
I
the
bet.
first day on set. Because the first day I shot was on the pilot, the day where we exploded the building, and then Jay, Deathlock now, jumps out of the building, and there's fire, and I'm like running up, and I was like, what is happening here? This is so weird. And I remember later that night, I was running through explosions, and then I was casually just at the grocery store. And it was just a very weird
It's a weird transition.
So I think that was kind of like and Joss is there, and it just felt fake.
Yeah.
And
It's all very surreal.
Yeah.
But we're so lucky that our sets are real. They've got
It
full
feels
walls
real
and
when
it
you're there.
feels real, yeah. So, and any character, you approach in the same way, whether it's multi-million-dollar production or you're kind of working out of the back of your car with some student movie. It's kind of the same.
Is it?
It is for me.
It does feel the same, especially because our showrunners, Marissa Tancherone and Jed Whedon and Jeff Loeb and Jeff Bell, it makes it feel very intimate. It doesn't feel. That day was kind of crazy, but even when we're doing the big stuff, it just feels still like everyone's just a bunch of kids who are just so excited to be doing what we're doing. It never feels. I don't know.
Yeah,
it feels authentic and
yeah.
it feels real, and it feels like we're just a good group of people just trying to put something out that we all love.
Well, it shows through on the screen. Audience question. Go ahead, sir.
Why do you think these shows are so popular? These superpowers, superhero, The Arrow, The Flash, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. What is it about these shows coming out now, and why are they so popular?
First off, I love your hat.
I think a lot of it is that sometimes in our society we get a sense that we don't have any control, and that there's so much that happens, on a governmental level that we don't know about, and maybe sometimes the wrong people could be in power, and I think it's that feeling of empowering the individual, and that's certainly what I think we spoke a lot at the start of the development of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is that this is about the people that are in the building when a supervillain comes through and smashes it down, that we get to tell the story of the everyday person, and I'm so pleased that that's popular, because for us that's what's really important too, just that none of us have superpowers,
Yes.
and that we're out there putting our lives on the line kind of to help people,
And what Marvel does that's so great is, you see Hydra kind of infiltrate S.H.I.E.L.D. on such a huge level in Captain America 2, and then, and you see the Triskelion falling and all that stuff, and then on our show, you get to see the people that are running around Captain America, and you get to see, oh my God, that person was dating that person. They portrayed that person, so you really get an intimate level, and that's why, you know, Marvel's been so great, because they're able to do this on this big spectrum, and then also on the small screen, and kind of tie it all together beautifully.
Yeah. We have I think we'll always have a very special relationship with Captain America 2, just because of how much it had to do with our show, and we got an early screening of it because we had to, for us to understand what we were filming, because it had such a big impact.
It had a huge impact. A lot of people were talking about that.
And then if you go back and watch the earlier episodes, you can see little clues as to what is Hydra, and they were so clever with the writing.
So clever that we didn't even
know. We had no idea.
We were doing it the whole time.